Greetings, Earthlings, welcome back. It's been a minute since I've done a makeup tutorial and I'm really excited for this. I just woke up from a little nap. As some of you guys know, if you've been watching my vlogs, I was sick with the vid and I've been down and out. I haven't done my makeup in over a week, which is a really long time, so I'm excited to play today. I'm going to be creating a fall makeup look for you guys today. I'm gonna use some warm tones, and everything I'm gonna use you can find at the drugstore. So I typically don't do my skincare on camera, but today I'm going to, just because I feel like it is such an important part of the makeup. Should I fix that? So I'm gonna go ahead and tone. This is the Bliss Clarifying Toner Serum. It has BHA, witch hazel, and some other things I can't pronounce. I'm just gonna run this all over. And whatever I do to my face, I do to my neck. And I have so many like little scratches on all over my body, like my hands, my legs, my back. I have a scratch on my butt from Doja, and like she just wants to play, you know, and sometimes she gets a little rough. I'm gonna keep my skincare really simple. My skin is actually doing really good right now. Just like tone and moisturize. I'm gonna use the Welletta, I'm not sure if I'm saying that right, Skin Food. This is the Original Ultra Rich Cream. I picked this up at Walgreens and I got this small version just because I've never tried it and I wanted to make sure that I liked it before I bought the bigger one. And this is one of the best moisturizers I've ever used in my life. It does have a pretty strong scent though, but it's really, I like to warm it up with my fingers first because it's so thick. And I really massage this into the face, and I'm gonna get really red from doing this, but I like to really massage it into the skin. If you have dry skin, you're gonna love this. I wouldn't say I have dry skin, I'd say my skin is like combination. I'm gonna put some Bliss sticks on. Skincare is done. Now I don't go straight into foundation and doing my base to let that moisturizer sink into my skin. I'm gonna wait 15 to 20 minutes and then I'll be back and we'll get started. Before we get started, please give this video a thumbs up. It shows me that you care. All that stuff that YouTube has us do, turn on notifications. Also, I am on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Tumblr, SoundCloud, Snapchat sometimes. All of my links, all of my social links are down below. I'm gonna start with my eyes. So I'll actually start with my brows. I'm gonna be using the e.l.f. Ultra Precise Brow Pencil. And I'm just gonna start, I'll go ahead and zoom you guys in. So I'm just gonna brush the brow hairs up. I'm just gonna start by filling them in a bit. Nothing too crazy, just where it's sparse. I always get quiet when I do my brows. It's so hard for me to talk and do my brows. to give a little extra brush through to make sure the pencil is blended in and there are no harsh lines. So when you think you're done blending, always blend a little more. All right, and then I'm gonna take, I actually just bought this concealer today. It's the Wet n Wild Incognito concealer. I picked up the shade Fair Beige. I'm gonna use this to clean the brows up just a bit. Just take it to the back of my hand. I'm gonna take this flat brush from Sigma and pick up a little bit of concealer. Basically tracing my brow really lightly, and I'm using very little product. I'm not going in with a ton, but I just like to clean the brow up a bit, and I like to go up to the edge and pull it down. Next, I'm gonna go in with the Rimmel Wonderful Brow. I like to start in the middle and do the tail. With whatever's left, I'll do the front of the brow. I like to start in on the tail because it's gonna put more product down. And I want this front of the brow to be a little, not lighter, but just not as much product. And then I'll go in with a clean spoolie to run it through if I feel like I got too much. This is a really great drugstore brow gel. It's kind of like hairspray for the brows, and it's like the perfect dark brown shade. Some of the brow gels, they're too warm. Brows are on. All right, next I'm gonna go ahead and prep my eyes for eyeshadow. I'm gonna take that same concealer and just go in with a little. I'm gonna use this as an eyeshadow primer. I'm just gonna take an eyeshadow brush to blend this in. If you don't have an eyeshadow primer, just go in with your concealer. This concealer is so light. Oh my goodness. I should have went a shade up. And then I'm going to take my face powder and another eyeshadow brush. This is just a crease brush. Go in with a little, just to set that. So the eyeshadow palette I'm going to be using today is from Wet n Wild, and this is from their Fantasy Makers collection. This is the 10 pan palette in Pick Your Poison. It's a beautiful warm tone palette. So this palette doesn't have a really great transition shade for me, so anytime a palette is missing a transition shade, I like just going in with the bronzer that I'm going to use. So I'm going to go in with this Wet n Wild Bronze Dynasty and take that in my crease for my transition color. I typically start with my transition right in the crease.
Sorry, did I say something wrong? Pardon me for breathing, which I never do anyway, so I don't know why I bothered to say it. Oh God, I'm so depressed.
And just blend, blend, blend. And this brush is from ColourPop. It's the E2 brush. And I really like this for the crease and specifically the transition, applying the transition. It's not too big, it's not too small, and just blends beautifully. I want to do like a chocolatey eye, So I'm gonna go ahead and go in with this really beautiful chocolate brown color. Wow, okay, Wet n Wild, okay. And I'm packing this all over my lid. Inner corner, outer, all over. And the beautiful thing about laying down a transition color first is this color that you put on your lid is gonna have something to blend into. So I'm just gonna use like little circular motions once I get up to the crease and work that into my crease. And then I'm gonna go in with another layer. This is so pigmented, wow. What a beautiful brown. Now you can keep this rounded if you like, or you can use your brush. I like using a small shadow brush like this. This is the MAC 230, I believe. It's like, I've had this for like 10 years, so it's like rubbed off. But you can kind of play with the shape. You can point it out a little bit if you like, which is what I'm gonna do. I would go based on what you like for your eye shape. This shadow actually blends really nice. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the same to the other eye. Next, I'm gonna take this Wet n Wild small crease brush. It's clean, it doesn't have anything on it. And I'm gonna go in the crease and just start blending. I'm gonna kind of like bring it up a bit. And again, because we laid down that transition, it's gonna blend really, really nice. This orange shade keeps talking to me, so I'm gonna go in with this beautiful orange color, and I'm gonna pop that right here. Ooh. On the inner. Wow, that color is beautiful. Wow. I'm gonna go in with the crease brush that we used for the transition, and I'm just gonna blend the edges. I definitely want to do some glitter, so I'm gonna take the Wet n Wild Fantasy Maker glitter gel. I'm gonna take it to the back of my hand. This is the 5 brush from Bliss Cosmetics, and then I'm just gonna pick that up like so. I don't want to take this in the crease because it will crease. You want to go above your crease. That is so pretty. And then I'm just going to take a cotton pad and wipe just in case there's any fallout. And then you can also use the edge to clean up your shadow line if you want to like sharpen it up. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and do my foundation now. I'm gonna prep my skin. I'm gonna use the Revlon Prime Plus Perfecting and Soothing Makeup Primer. This is one of my favorite drugstore foundation primers. It is so good. It does a great job at filling the pores in. Anytime I touch my face, I get pink. So I'm gonna let the rosiness settle a little bit because what happens is if I were to just go in with foundation, I would use more than I need to try and cover the redness. That's actually gonna settle down. I'm gonna be using this sponge from Wet n Wild. It's from the Fantasy Makers. It's the black sponge. And so I'm gonna go ahead and go wet that. Gonna go in with my foundation now. I'm gonna use the L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Fresh Wear Foundation. I love this foundation. It is so, so good. It's medium to full coverage. It lasts and it just looks so, so good. Wet n Wild sponge. I'm gonna apply this. I'm not done with the eyes. We'll go back to the eyes once I'm done with the base. look really pale, but I am really pale. Like, this is my shade, I promise. I have not gotten any sun. Concealer time, going in with a Wet n Wild Mega Last Incognito in the shade Fair Beige. Okay, so the concealer is really full coverage, and I paid $4 for it, so okay, Wet n Wild. Now I'm gonna bring some color back into my face because we need some color. I'm looking a little dead. Gonna go in with the Wet n Wild bronzer in Bronze Dynasty. Again, we use this for the transition shade, remember? It's a Kat Von D brush. It's the Shade and Light. I'm gonna use the shade side. Gonna go in. I'm kind of like bronze touring because I'm not gonna go in with contour, only bronzer. And I really love this bronzer. It is so nice, especially for fair skin ladies. It blends, it's not too cool, not too warm. And so for my nose contour, I'm gonna get a little bit of bronzer on the tip of the brush, knock that off, and I'm just gonna dust it over the tip. So I'm like bronzing the tip of my nose, not contouring, but it contours, you know? I'm gonna take the CoverGirl Clean Pressed Powder, and I'm gonna set all of this. I'm gonna take my Doja Cat's and BH Cosmetics brush. I love this brush set under my eyes. I love this powder. It adds a little bit more coverage. All right, so my camera died, so now I have to film on this camera. So hopefully I'm in focus. I can't tell because I don't have a flip up screen. We're just gonna keep this party going. Next, I'm gonna go ahead and go in with blush. I'm gonna take the Wet n Wild Nerd Alert. I couldn't decide if I wanted to use Pick You Up 7ish or Sorry Screech, so I'm gonna use both. Ooh, I haven't used this blush yet. So pretty. And I'm gonna use my powder brush with nothing on it and just blend this out a bit more. Next, I'm going to apply some highlight. This is my favorite part. This is the Wet n Wild Fantasy Makers in the shade Haunted Heels. I'm gonna use the Wet n Wild Saved by the Bell Wanna Wrestle setting spray. I already got the product on my brush. I'm just gonna spray it. Ooh, wow. Wow, what a beautiful highlight. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh, I am definitely gonna hit pan on this. That is so pretty. And then on my nose and the tip. Alright, so I'm gonna finish my eyes. I'm gonna take the Revlon So Fierce Vinyl Eyeliner in the shade Mighty Mocha. This is such a beautiful mocha color. I love it so much. I use this eyeliner all the time. I need to sharpen it. I'm just gonna go in to darken up that lash line. But I am going from the inner eye to the outer. I'll wing it out just a little bit. This liner is so creamy. I'm gonna take a angled eyeliner brush. use it to drag this out a bit.
Goodbye.
Now I'm gonna do my bottom lash line. First I'm gonna go in with this shade. Tap off the excess. And I'm gonna smudge this on my lower lash line. These shadows are so pigmented, wow. And then I'm gonna pick up this wine shade. I'm gonna take that to the outer. I'm gonna go back in with the eyeliner and I'm gonna line my waterline. And then I'm gonna go in with my mascara. This is the Revlon So Fierce Big Bad Lash. This mascara is so good. I'm going to take a NYX lip liner in Natural, one of my all-time favorite lip liners. And for my lipstick, I'm going to use Maybelline, maybe it's Maybelline, Daringly Nude, one of my all-time favorite drugstore nudes. I'm going to finish this look off by applying some Wet n Wild setting spray. This is the Saved by the Bell collection, Wrestle. You know when you can't feel it in that one spot, so you just like keep going? I am so happy with how this look turned out. I'm kind of sad that I don't have like anywhere to go. I'm gonna have to make dinner soon, so I'm like going to my kitchen. This palette is so beautiful. It reminded me of like one of my higher end eyeshadow palettes. So if you're looking for a nice warm tone palette, pick this up. It is so beautiful. The colors are so pigmented. They blended super easy. Super impressed, Wet n Wild. You did that. But I'd love to hear your thoughts on this look as well as the products I used today. So make sure you meet me down below in the comment section. Is this a look you would recreate? Is this something that you would wear? I'm so obsessed. I love the chocolate colors, the bronze, the wines, very fall. The touch of glam with the glitter. This would even look so stunning with like a dark lip. Thank you guys so much for watching as always, and I will see you in my next video. Peace.
Goodbye.